What made you decide to come to UW River Falls?
How was your transition to college?
What is your favorite part about UW River Falls?
How have you grown as a person/student at UW River Falls?
What made you decide to come to UWRF? Definitely the small campus. I come from a small town, so it felt a lot more comfortable coming to a very small campus, smaller class sizes. I'm not like in a giant lecture hall where I don't know everyone, and which is much more nerve-wracking, so it's very nice to be in a small campus. What is your favorite part about UW River Falls? Definitely the people and how much is going on. It's a great community, really, very welcoming. There's always something fun to do, and definitely everybody around and doing all these fun activities. They all want to be there. They're all enjoying themselves. Just a very good community-focused campus. What resources and tools have you used to be successful? I'm in the honors program, so I use the honors lounge a lot. It's a really nice quiet space for like studying, and there's big whiteboards and you can write all over them. It's a great place to, like, if you have ideas, try to get it all in one spot in the honors lounge. It really has changed me being here. When I go back home, I realize how much more I'm willing to talk to new people. I'm much more outgoing. I'm more willing to try new things. I want to be out there and doing things. So yes, I've absolutely become more outgoing since I started coming here.
I decided to come to UW River Falls because they had a really good School of Business and Economics, and I appreciated the accreditation they had, which means the professors had to go through current curriculum in the real business world and teach that in the classroom. What is your favorite part about UW River Falls? Well, I love the location, the Twin Cities, kind of right next door, across the border. That's cool, but I still get the small town feel here at River Falls. How was your transition to college? Joining the Marching Falcons was probably my best decision. I came early for band camp and met a bunch of other students and really got to know some people. It's a powerful feeling looking back into the stadium and just seeing everyone cheering you on, supporting the Falcons. It's a great feeling.
How are you involved on campus? So I'm involved in a few ways. I have an on-campus job. I'm a tour guide, and so that's a really great way where I make friends. And then I'm also involved in the ski and snowboard club. So that's really fun just for recreational wise. And then Companion Animal Professional Society Club. So that's kind of my academics. And then, yeah, that's how I'm involved on campus. I just like to stay busy that way. I decided UWRF because of the campus size and like the students really, like having a close-knit community is really important to me, and I find it a lot less intimidating to make friends when there's not as many people. But then it feels like you have this whole big community even though the campus size is smaller. So I was in a class, Falcon Fetch on campus, and we trained service dogs. Which was amazing. That's probably the most important hands-on opportunity I've ever had. My fall semester dog, Augie, he actually graduated and he's now paired with a little girl in a wheelchair. So that was just really incredible that I was able to be a part of that. Starting from River Falls and extending to lives of other people that, wherever she's living right now, it's crazy how I had just that little impact.
The transition from high school to college for me was a little unusual. My friends weren't here, and so it was difficult to meet new friends and make new friends, and so it's kind of a starting over period. So it was difficult. I'm definitely thriving, academically, socially. How have you grown as a person? I think for me, I'm able to navigate situations a lot more objectively and able to take accountability much better than I was my first year. I'm able to have more communication and better communication with my friends and friendships and relationships.
What made you decide to come to UW River Falls? What didn't make me decide to come? I definitely, before I came here, had it narrowed down to 2 colleges, and there was a lot of similarities, but things that stood out about River Falls was, first of all, the study abroad program. Last semester, I went on our international traveling classroom, so I went to 6 different countries in Europe for between a week to even 3.5 weeks, which is the first place we went. And it was just absolutely amazing. I mean, I can't really say anything else about it except that. I'd highly recommend. It's just a great way to see so much more of the world, and you get perspective not only on the United States, but also on yourself. What is your favorite part about UW River Falls? Actually, our Falcon Center, so athletic facility on campus, because they have a rock climbing wall, and it's through Falcon Outdoor Adventures. which is our outdoor program, and then they also run trips both semesters, which I've been on quite a few of them. My favorite was probably last spring break. We went to Utah for 10 days, and we went climbing and hiking and saw 3 different national parks.
I am from Moline, Michigan, which is like right here on my hand. This is also what I say on my tours. The reason I chose River Falls out-of-state tuition is a lot cheaper here than in-state tuition at Michigan State. I really also like how all of our courses are very hands-on, like no matter really what course you're in. I took International Studies, which is a gen ed course. We did like war simulations and things like that. How are you involved on campus? I am president of Association of Women in Agriculture. I am parliamentarian of the Agriculture Education Society, and I'm also the leadership chair for the Sigma Alpha sorority, which is an agriculture sorority on campus.
When I was looking at college campuses, I wanted something that felt like home, but was far enough away from home. So when I came to River Falls, I met the professors, I saw the Ag Science building, and I honestly just fell in love. So that's why I came here, and definitely love the decision I made, and it's been a great place for me to be. How was your transition to college? Definitely wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but after the first 2 weeks, it definitely started to feel like home. My roommate and I get along great, and it's been great ever since. What is your favorite part about UW River Falls? It's probably the community around River Falls. You need to make connections to your community to be able to feel like you're a part of it. So since being here, I've been able to see what River Falls is about, whether it's the trails, downtown. I just love it, and I'm really glad I chose to come here.
How are you involved on campus? God, I do a lot. The biggest thing I'm a part of is dance theater. This is about my 15th year dancing overall, so it's just kind of natural I continue doing that into college. I'm also a huge nerd. I feel like I make that obvious. So of course I'm a part of the Dungeons and Dragons Club. It just felt like home when I was walking around. Essentially, once I finished up my tour here, I knew it was the spot for me.
I've came a long way from the beginning. I was very shy and did not like to get out of my comfort zone. And now, if you ask me a question I know, I'm right on top of it. How has UW River Falls prepared you for your next step/career? My advisor was very much a crucial role in the job opportunity I have right after college here. He really helped me set in gear of what I wanted to do.
While I'm going into English education, a lot of my passion is in theater, so I spend a lot of my time, being a little bit theatrical. Being on stage is just so nice. Yeah, I get to be somebody who I'm not ordinarily, and it's really nice, yeah. How was your transition to college? My roommate was just such a lovely person, and having such a good friend with me as I started my journey into classes was so helpful.
I would say the main factor in deciding to come to this school was the hands-on activities I would get to do. Being an animal science major myself, I wanted to get hands-on experience with all different types of animals and just to see really where my animal science career journey would take me. How was my transition to college? I came not knowing anybody. I moved 3.5 hours away from my family, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move. If I don't like it, we'll go from there. We'll cross that bridge if it comes, but kind of fit right in. I found my people, I found my group, I got involved in all the clubs I wanted to, and it was really just a smooth and easy transition. What resources or tools have you used to be successful? A lot of my professors, they respond quickly to emails, or they're willing to set up a meeting just to talk about anything or help me out if I have a question on a homework problem. Professors here are really willing to help you and wanting you to succeed in what you're doing.
How are you involved on campus? I'm in a couple clubs. I'm in the Aspiring Educators Club, and I'm in the GSA as well. How have you grown as a person or student at UWRF? I think since I've gotten here, I've become more open. I talk to people more. I'm not as closed off. I'm more friendly.
I've loved horses ever since I was a kid. I begged my parents to take me for lessons, and the first time I rode, the smile on my face was so big that my mom was like, okay, she's a horse girl. And ever since then, I've wanted to use horses to help people. Is that why you chose River Falls? It is, because it has the equine program and it also has the psychology program, so I can use both of those to help people. I want to become an equine therapist, so using horses to help anyone of all ages with mental, physical, emotional disabilities, just help them have a better life.
My favorite part about River Falls, definitely how close it is to the cities. If I want to go to a concert, the Mall of America, anything like that, it's a super close drive. How am I involved on campus? I'm actually vice president of one of our campus clubs here. I also love going to all of our sporting events. The hockey games are definitely my favorite things to go to. You love putting yourself out there, like going to events, not being shy about getting involved, trying new things. Like you definitely have to like be willing to try new things. Even if you're not comfortable with doing that, even if you step out of that comfort zone, you'll start getting addicted to just trying new things.
I'm involved on campus through FIMU, which is my sorority here on campus. And I'm also a part of choir. I am joining pre-health club this semester. So my transition was a little rocky at the start, but once I got my dorm to feel a little more homey and like my own individual space, it was pretty nice to just have it, and I like the independence a lot. I definitely tell them like it's okay to make mistakes. You have to just grow out of what you learn and just do whatever feels right for you. And if someone's yucking your yum, it's okay, because whatever you like, someone else doesn't have to like.